Deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. As the big man Ian Wright just said there, people, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. I hope you're doing well and safe. International break or no international break, there's still content to make, and I appreciate you lot being tuned in. Now, let me not waste you lot's time because I know time is of the essence. Let me share my screen. Now, Arsenal fans, I think we was all concerned when we was all on our mobile phones, etc., and it said Bukayo Saka pulled out of England international duty, and he's pulled out actually of the England squad with a minor muscle issue. Now, it is March. We've got 12 cup finals left, the 2 against Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals of the Champions League as a minimum. Fingers crossed we go further than that. 10 Premier League games. It's nice to see we're being a bit cynical like Sir Alex Ferguson used to do, like Pep Guardiola currently does. And, you know, you're seeing Thomas Partey drop out of potential Ghana call-ups, Tomiyasu where Japan's concerned, Gabriel where Brazil is concerned, and obviously a couple of others. Even young Koza Dewberry, for some reason, didn't go and play with England's youth side, but he was spotted in our 4-0 defeat against Queen's Park Rangers. Now, I would have loved to have seen Saka play against Brazil, if I'm completely honest. I'd love Declan Rice to pull out of that, but it is what it is. Apparently, he's withdrawn from the England squad due to a minor muscle injury, people, or issue. The 22-year-old will miss the friendly against Brazil and against Belgium on Tuesday. Those are England's last 2 games before we officially kick off Euro 2024. Saka's withdrawal has been seen as a precaution due to a minor muscle issue, and he'll be assessed back at Arsenal in the coming days. An official statement said Bukayo Saka has left the England camp and returned to his club for continued rehabilitation. The Arsenal forward, so I'm reading 2 things, reported to St. James's Park with an injury and has been unable to participate in training. To be fair, you did hear he was training away from the England squad, so hopefully it's all coordinated. It's like he went off to England, promoted his new Nando sauce and said, you know what, lads, I got business at Arsenal. No further replacements are planned as a 25-man England squad continue their preparation for the forthcoming internationals with Brazil and Belgium. So, I mean, there's minutes for other players. Bit harsh that someone couldn't be called up in Bukayo Saka's place, but it's lovely to see Saka will be resting his legs, obviously, with the game on the 31st at the Etihad against Manchester City. I know Arsenal fans won't be happy, but would be nice, if I'm honest, from a non-biased point of view, to see Cole Palmer play or make his debut off the right-hand side. You could make a case of Foden. Now, apparently Arsenal were thumped 4-0 by QPR in a behind closed doors friendly, people. Obviously, Declan Rice, Saka and Ramsdale played no part. Neither did Zinchenko, Kirill, Saliba or Kai Havertz. But the most encouraging news is Tomiyasu and Thomas Partey did, people. So hopefully they can get up to speed. Alexander Isak rumours to Arsenal won't go away. Obviously, we need a striker. Allegedly, Newcastle are struggling financially. Bruno Goalkeeper has continuously been linked with PSG, Barcelona, actually Real Madrid and Manchester City. And he didn't say he's going to leave, but he talked up potentially leaving. It didn't sound good. So maybe players, because of the tough season Newcastle are having, are thinking about pastures new. So I'm not too sure on the alleged interest with Arsenal. I love Isak as a footballer. He's a quality player, but the man can't stay fit. And the bulk of these rumours seems to be off the back of profit and sustainability issues. Apparently, last week it was reported that Arsenal are in prime position to land the Swedish international ahead of Manchester United. And more recently, Give Me Sport claimed the Gunners are the most likely team to land Isak this summer, whatever that means. I mean, there isn't anything core here apart from the fact of we're long-term admirers of the guy. They signed him for 63 million from Sociedad, so I don't know how much it would cost for us. Crucially, no approach has been made by the Gunners, but it's claimed that they hold a concrete interest with Howe's side under major pressure to raise funds. Now, if we need a striker and they need to raise funds, then you can make a case for it. Apparently, he has 22 goals in 42 Premier League appearances, and back in his days at Sociedad, he had a great link-up with Martin Odegaard, so I wouldn't be against it, people. We've also been linked with Lautaro Martinez, who you would have seen in the Champions League exit at a terrible penalty. Arsenal have been linked with him for a while now. There were rumours he was going to sign a new deal. I do like the player, but I just think he looks a lot better when he has a support striker as well. And I do think he handles pressure, but I do think when it comes to those high pressure moments, and this is a fan of Lautaro Martinez, going back to the Under-20s World Cup a few years ago, I do think he flatters to deceive when it's crunch time. But big him up. Arsenal were noted as admirers of the Argentine as recently as last month, though concrete links between Martinez and the Gunners have been sparse. in the recent seasons, perhaps suggesting Arteta's moved on in terms of transfer targets, and he's ranked at 110 million euros, people. So we have to see. You'd imagine he'd be on a short list, but I don't think anything's forthcoming. We're still linked with Onana, who allegedly, some reports say, actually wants to sign for Barcelona, people. He's valued at 60 million euros, which equates to around 50 odd million. Smash the like button. Now, I like Onana. He's got a good technical level, 22 years of age. We were scouting him from his days at Lille. I do think there are qualities he could bring to the squad. Keyword squad. I don't know anything, and if Arteta, has a different opinion and he signed him and he did all these things, then I would obviously be happy. But he would be good for the squad. I think he'd be a good complementary piece. I think where you look at some of the other midfielders on paper, Zubimendi, Douglas Luiz, I want to be wary of saying the word transform. Previously, Declan Rice, but I think they're more level raisers. They more transform our midfield. Take nothing away from Onana. He's durable. He's physical. He's Premier League experience. He's 22, so he's impressionable for Arteta to work with. He could be indirectly a long-term partner for Thomas Partey. But where you're looking at 60 million, in my opinion, I think it's a bit of a myth, people. But interest with Arsenal and Barcelona won't go away. He's valued at 60 odd million euros. I reckon we'll leave Barcelona or whoever else is interested in him to it, if I'm completely honest. We were linked with him in the summer, and I do think there's an admiration for his talents. Now, another Ukrainian could be joining the football club. Apparently, the 25-year-old Ukrainian goalkeeper, Andriy Lunin, who is contracted until 2025, and there's also rumours that he could sign a new deal at Real Madrid, has been linked with a move to Arsenal. Does it make sense? Does it really, really and truly make sense? Obviously, the link is Ramsdale potentially departing in the summer, more than likely departing in the summer. We need a backup goalie, and at 25, he's young and he's impressionable. And if he really, is 20 odd million euros, is a small price to pay. But you'd imagine he wants to play regular football. And again, you never know with Arteta and goalies, but you can't imagine he's going to eclipse David Raya for the starting lineup. So personally, I think this is a non-starter. But apparently, for what it's worth, people, there have been rumours that there could be a contract renewal offer from the Spanish club in Real Madrid, but the player is yet to receive an official approach. A report from Defensa Central claims that Arsenal are ready to sell Ramsdale in the summer and sign Lunin as a replacement. The Gunners would be willing to offer close to 20 million euros for the Real Madrid player. In addition to that, they'd be prepared to offer him wages of around 7 million per season, which would double his current wages at Real Madrid. So fair enough, really. I mean, you'd imagine he's better than Kepa at this moment in time. He's struggling at Real Madrid and he won't get football. Apparently, Courtois suffered another long-term injury. So there is some logic to it, but it just doesn't make sense. The Standard are saying Arsenal are set to target 4 players in the summer transfer window: a top-level forward, a new midfielder, a new defender, likely a new goalie, consistent with what a lot of us would want to see. Completely off topic, but would any of you take Jack Grealish? Can play as a 10, can play as an 8, can play off the left. Experience, wonderful player. Yeah, he doesn't get strong numbers, but I think he's a quality player. Apparently, Man City might let Grealish leave this summer as they look to raise funds to enhance their squad. Now, anything can happen, but they signed him for 100 million euros. He was part of the treble winning side. Obviously, this season, he has struggled for fitness. I'm a fan of Grealish. I don't think Arsenal are going to be in a position to sign Grealish, but if we could, fair enough, really and truly. Just going to cost too much money. Charles Watts has been speaking about Reece Nelson, who signed a new deal last summer and could be departing this summer, people. I think Reece Nelson will go this summer. I don't think he'll be the only academy product to do so. Arsenal need to bring in some cash to help boost the finances, and the likes of Nelson, Nketiah and Smith Rowe will all generate interest. Where you look at it, to be fair with you, a couple of Haaland boys could leave, really. Nelson could bring up funds and Nketiah could get something. Mika Bereth is doing well on loan. That could be someone that's put himself in the shop window, similar to Eddie Nketiah. I would love Charlie Patino to get an opportunity, but they might say you've made your name at Blackpool and Swansea. There's money to be made there, and there's probably a couple of others, really and truly. And then you throw in, he's not homegrown. Well, he is homegrown, but he's not academy product in Ramsdale. Resources in theory could be saved in that. Cedric's wages are off the wage bill. Obviously, Thomas Partey is someone that earns a lot of money and could be moved on. The resources start resourcing. Nelson was very close to leaving last summer when his old deal was running out. Brighton were very interested, as were AC Milan. I've been told the offer from Milan was a really appealing one to the winger. There have been many at the club who believe that he could end up moving to Italy. Now, anyone that listened last year, Nelson said he wants to stay at Arsenal. I think clearly Mikel Arteta likes you. He's fond of you. You're a fan favourite. but you're nowhere near Bukayo Saka or challenging him for a first team spot. You're not ahead of Martinelli or Trossard or in any immediate thinking in that regards. And one does wonder, for Reece Nelson's own sake, to really develop as a footballer, you need to go somewhere you're going to play on a regular basis, play 90 minutes. I also think injuries are factored as well. It'd be a shame, but at the end of the day, you know, with rumours of bringing in another striker and winger, there's only so many of you that could be on the bench. At times, Fabio Vieira, who struggled for minutes, has come on for Bukayo Saka off that right wing. So it all depends. And obviously, you've got the experienced, versatile, and consistent Trossard. For what it's worth, Brighton's a big club for him to go to. That's a good club. And I'll be honest, 30 odd million for Reece Nelson with a sell-on clause, even though I like Nelson, boy, that's a decent amount of money for a man that's on the peripheral things. AC Milan's a historical big club. You know, it's a club that doesn't need me to sit here and tell you anything. That would be good for him. And obviously, you've seen a lot of English boys generally go to Serie A and do well. That could be very good for him, really. And so, like you can see here, apparently it was an appealing one, and he could have ended up there. And it's good from Arsenal because, you know, we've obviously been able to cynically sell him some dreams. So you're not leaving for free. We make some money. Interest remains in Nelson from several Premier League clubs. I don't think Brighton have gone away. And if a good bid comes in from them or anyone else, I think Arsenal will take a look and look to invest that money elsewhere. Fair enough. Get it done, really. Big up Nelson, though. Arsenal already making plans for the summer transfer window, with both Arteta and Edu having a clear vision of what's needed. The club will target a top-level forward and a new midfielder. They'll also target a new defender and are likely to be in the market for a new goalie, as stated already, folks. As we know, Victor Gyokeres is emerging as an increasingly strong target for Arsenal, with a new striker their priority this summer. The club are yet to finalise their decision on who will be their main target, but it's understood that they have been getting information on the cost of the potential deal for Gyokeres, which would likely be at below his 100 million euros release clause, though still at a significant cost. What we saying, 50 to 70 odd million euros? Based on the fact that they spent 20 million on him from Coventry, they made a decent profit. 100 million's a bit crazy, if I'm honest. But yeah, the man himself, who has 36 goals in a stunning debut campaign in the Portuguese league with 14 assists to date, people. 36 goals is crazy. And at 25 years of age, he ties in with what we're doing. Chelsea have a long-standing interest in him and apparently have scouted him on several occasions. Arsenal allegedly have recently emerged as genuine contenders. According to Ebola, we're prepared to trigger his release clause of 100 million euros, which equates to 85 million quid. Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, and top clubs in Spain and Italy are also looking. Bayern Munich, maybe in the terms of if it was done at an affordable rate, but I can't see them spending 100 odd million. You got Harry Kane there, and you got Young Tell, who plays off the left. For what it's worth, though, he has been speaking while on international duty and said, I don't think much about it in relation to speculation. Actually, I want to win the league and the cup with Sporting. That's where I'm putting all my energy and strength into. And that's right, because focusing on your football has, you know, made you the talking point and become a byproduct of that. It's a sign I've been performing well, but it's not something I take too seriously. It's just speculation, but it's good and fun to talk about. We'll see what happens in the summer. I don't know what will happen, but I really like Sporting and I don't feel stressed at all for what's to come. Fair enough. And, you know, 17 million, 20 odd million euros, they will make a handsome profit on him. So it is what it is. Once again, Chelsea sent scouts for the third time in 3 months to directly watch him, people. Allegedly, apparently Sporting are actually trying to work on a new deal for him to raise his release clause to 120 million euros, really. We already know we're trying to get a new deal done for Jorginho, but rumours of that won't go away. I've never seen this player play before, people, but Arsenal have been linked with a shout to the next player, the 21-year-old Georgi Sodakov. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I believe he's a central midfielder. I've never seen him play, or if I have seen him play for Shakhtar in the Champs or something, never taking him in like that. So it is what it is. Chelsea were believed to be in the race for him. Man United are also in the race for him, and apparently he'll cost about 85 million. I mean, we all saw the circus that was Mikhail Mudryk last year. I think everyone will tread carefully, but nonetheless, that's what's been the case, people. So we'll have to see. Daniel Marlin's still being linked with a move to Arsenal Football Club, as well as others, people. Daniel Marlin is currently playing in his best form since he joined Dortmund. United are interested in him. Dortmund would give him away. A swap deal would be possible, probably in relation to Jadon Sancho. Good for Dortmund. Arsenal and Liverpool are also interested in the Dutchman, who said he wouldn't be against a return. Now, again, a bit like signing Jack Grealish, you'd imagine with Kylian Mbappe and all these stars at Real Madrid, something will have to give. I think they would be silly to sell Rodrigo. I think there is a reality where Rodrigo, Mbappe, Vinicius, and all these guys that I can't remember, they got so many, could coexist. But apparently, according to a report from Sport, not sure on their credibility, English Premier League clubs Manchester United, Liverpool, City, and Arsenal are all closely following Rodrigo's situation with Real Madrid, especially with Mbappe approaching. Real Madrid considers him not for sale, but the club is certainly contacting them to find out the details. That would be a great signing, but yeah, it's silly. And once again, Liverpool and Arsenal have been linked with Daniel Marlon people, so we have to see there. Luis Enrique would actually like Arsenal to win the Premier League, so hopefully Mikel Arteta and the players can do it. So yeah, with that being said, people, that seems to be all the news, rumours, and all these things in relation to Arsenal in the current papers. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button, folks. And again, check out the videos. You would see the editing's getting a bit better, and I'm grafting for you lot. As soon as this video is done, I'm going to do another video on strikers, actually. And to be fair, I've done a video on fullback, so there's videos to come out, people. You know, I'm trying to keep you lot entertained during the international break. As usual, I appreciate you lot being locked in. I appreciate all the comments in advance, and anyone who smashed the like button. God bless you all. Stay safe, stay blessed. Peace.
There's always that active red light defending. I think it's like